Hi everybody, welcome in. We are here with a general reading. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing there be a focus on interpersonal relationships, maybe somebody that you have a close connection with. Let's get into it and see. My name is Gabriella for anybody new tuning in. Okay, so we are starting off with the Four of Wands. Four of Wands can speak about established relationship, a marriage, not liking the way something is taking a turn, it seems, maybe not feeling great about how something is going currently. Marriage, relationship, somebody that you live with, somebody that you connect with routinely, somebody that may be like an established counterpart within your life. Somebody that things are meant to be smooth and harmonious and going well, and I'm seeing you be at a point where you are not feeling the love right now. I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles. This can be like, hey, I'm in this relationship here and I feel like my partner is absent, or I'm feeling kind of lonely right now, or I'm in this situation and I don't like this situation that I'm in. I'm not feeling good about it. I feel limited. I don't feel empowered right now. For some of you, you could be worried about finances, things like that. I am seeing the Three of Cups. This speaks about a celebration, a get-together, things of that nature. I'm looking at the Hermit on the bottom of the deck. This is Virgo. It looks like something that you're thinking about. Yeah, it feels like missing. How I'm seeing this is that there's something that you're committed to or tied to, or you're like stuck at home needing to do something. And you're like, I missed when I was going out, and I miss when I was seeing my friends. And right now I feel lonely, or I feel cut off, or I feel disconnected from like my social relationships. And there may even be something that you're it feels like you don't have something that you want. And this can be too, you being in a relationship and being like, we used to go out and have so much fun. And now you're sat at home feeling like there isn't really any sort of social scene that you're connecting with, or disconnected from certain things that you want to liven up right now. But the Five of Pentacles is like, I don't know how to fix this. Is this even something that can be fixed? Because I'm not feeling like that. And you may have felt like I've tried my best, or I've made efforts and it's just not really doing anything, or we're not really going anywhere, or nothing's really changing. So what am I supposed to do? Just sit here and feel this way. So this is the vibe right now. So I'm seeing you like thinking about all of these things. You may be doing it more privately. Like other people may not really know that this is going through your mind right now. Yeah, for some of you, you're even like on social media seeing your friends going out, or seeing like people that you know going out and doing things, and you're like, I wish that I was out there with them. I wish that we were connecting. This does feel like a deep sense of loneliness, but it's because you feel stuck in something. The Four of Wands, like all of the cards have a capacity to be something that we feel have like positive feelings around, or we have negative feelings around. And I'm seeing the Four of Wands feeling like it's holding you back. And this is like a commitment or something that you have some sort of like duty towards, or something that you signed on for, or a place that you feel stuck. But I'm seeing it keep you in a space where you're like, I want to go out and do this. There's something about wanting to feel more like free-spirited, or feel like you have less of a... I'm seeing something even become like, I'm trapped behind these four walls and I can't get out from here. This is the feeling, and I want to go out, and I want to go exploring, and I want to go have fun, and I feel like I'm missing out on my happiness because of this. So something that at one time you may have connected with and been like, I want that stability within my life. I want to feel grounded in that way. I want this thing that feels secure. Now it's become like a ball and chain is what this is looking like energetically. But I'm seeing you be in a space where you're like, I made a commitment. And so you may be battling something like spiritually, morally right now. But yeah, I'm seeing it be like Like in childhood, you see all of the rest of your friends out on the street hanging out, and like your parent or your guardian was like, you got to go to bed early tonight or you're grounded. And it's like sad puppy dog looking out the window, seeing everybody having fun and feeling like you're stuck behind the glass. So what do we do now? Now that we've talked about it, now that we've validated what's going on for you, what happens? Here the Hermit is. Definitely some strong Virgo energy here that we are feeling. You feel like you don't have what you want, and it looks like it's related to like social connection or going out and having fun or like going to events and things like that. Maybe you feel like you're not celebrated in the way that you want to be celebrated, or you don't feel connected. It feels very much like I want these particular types of relationships, or I want to be like actively participating, and I feel like I don't have that right now. And I feel boxed in. So it's not just like you're seeing something and being like, man, I wish that I had that, but you have no other commitments. It seems like because of certain commitments or certain things that you've signed on for, that's what you may be associating with this block with right now. Like, because I'm tied here, I can't go over there. So I'm seeing you be in a space right now where you're really reviewing the heart space, especially in relation to your desire system and what it is that you want, what it is that you're thinking about, and also what it is that you don't have. And I'm seeing too, you still be in a space where you're like, because of this commitment that I have, for some of you it's like family commitments, stuff like that, things that maybe you feel like you can't really get out of easily, nor maybe would you want to, morally speaking, who's to say? I'm seeing you be in a space where you're like, now I'm recognizing that I want these things. I can see it very clearly because I've been thinking about it now. I've had this time to reflect, and you're in a space where you're like, but I can't have it. For some reason. The thing with the Five of Pentacles is that sometimes our biggest block is our mentality and the way that we are limiting ourselves. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, too, with the archetype of Virgo, which all of us have Virgo somewhere in our birth charts, all of us have Mercury, Virgo in its shadow can be kind of pessimistic and kind of critical of things and wanting to look at things in a way that we become so overly logical that we kind of lose our optimism in looking at something. It's like we think, and then we kind of get stuck in that box. It's ruled by Mercury. So it's very much being all caught up in your head and being like, well, I made this commitment also too because it's an earth sign and also with Mercury. So it's like we think about our relationship to the earth and the commitments that we have, the physical commitments that we have, and our responsibilities and our duties and our conservatism and stuff like that, and the traditions. And not taking risks, and like sometimes even playing it safe. And that's just an aspect, some aspects of the archetype of Virgo. It's not the whole picture. I'm seeing you be, I'm hearing at the counter daydreaming. I'm seeing you be in a space where it's like you're all alone, huddled up in like your room or some like comfy little place that you have, or like your little cave dwelling where you are. And I'm seeing you be like, in my head, I imagine this person coming through and making an offer to me, or this person ringing my doorbell or giving me a call, and I think that would really shift things. I think that would really change things up. It's like this desire for somebody to come through. I'm seeing you know that this is like an idealization, but this person coming through and being like, hey, you want to come outside? You want to come to this? We're inviting you over here. I do get this be a sense of, like, it may not be, I'm not seeing this be like, I want a particular romantic relationship. This is like, I want to have like friendships and connections and just people that understand me and people that get me. I do again get this sense of you feeling kind of lonely or like you're not being seen right now, and you're like, I crave being around people that enjoy the same things that I enjoy. With the Three of Cups, this is about being around people that you feel a sense of like you're at home with those people. You feel familiar with them. You feel like they just get you, or they're understanding you, and you feel supported by them. It's like a mutually supportive experience. It's people that share the same interests, some of the same interests. You can like talk with them about these things that matter to you, and things like that. And you may feel like that's really what you're lacking right now. So I'm seeing you be in a space where you're like, I'm seeing you be in a receptive energy where it's like, receptive is feminine energy. All of us have masculine and feminine. Instead of you being like, I want that, so I'm going to go after it, I'm seeing you more so be like, I'm imagining this, which is the feminine energy, and I want somebody to come here and invite me out. Like that sort of thing, where it's like you want to receive something where somebody else is reaching out to you. Or somebody's initiating something. For some of you, though, you may actually flip this and shift into your masculine energy and be like, you know what, if I want to connect with these people, or if I want to have a social gathering, maybe I'll throw a party, or maybe I'll invite my friend out to coffee, or whatever this is. But yeah, you may be doing something in a different way than how you normally do things. It's like you think about something one way, and then you're like, this thing needs to change, or it needs to grow, or I'm being even forced to grow or expand in this way because I'm being driven, I'm motivated by something that I desire, something that I want. So, after the Death card, which would mean something is shifting, and it does seem like it's connected with you and another person or other people, or just even like a concept socially for you. I'm seeing you be like, I don't want to sit here anymore and just be dwelling in this space. It's not doing it for me. And so I'm seeing you decide to walk away from something, because it's like you don't want to be feeling this anymore. So I'm seeing you get really proactive with what you're doing and be like, I know that a change is needed. I don't want things to be this way, so I know it's my responsibility to do something about it. And so I'm getting out of my comfort zone now. Death card, getting out of your comfort zone. Because it's like we can stay stagnant in what we're doing and stay unhappy, like, I don't like the way that things are. Or we can recognize, I don't like the way that things are, and do something about it. And so I'm seeing you be like, yeah, I may have really been limiting myself. I spent the time that I needed to spend feeling sorry for myself, which is a natural par for the course is what I'm hearing. It's just like a natural part of the progression of this, you know? Sometimes we really do need time to feel sorry for ourselves, and then we pick ourselves up and we go and we do something about it. And I'm seeing you be at this point where you're like, I've dwelled enough, I've thought enough, I've like limited myself enough. I'm seeing I was really just getting in my own way here, and now I'm going to do something about it. So this is like the thought that what I'm doing and where I am right now is not working for me, and I'm motivated enough to create that change and to be brave and to make a move here. Then I'm seeing the Tower happen. So it's like, it's almost like you're going to get up out of the chair to do something, and someone comes up from behind you and like really pushes you out. And so you're here like getting jerked around, somebody's pushing you, and something happens. There's some event that happens that has you maybe feeling a bit destabilized. Maybe also too for some of you, by you moving And by you doing something that you want, you could be like, this is affecting so many other things. It's like you didn't realize when you got out of that chair that there was also a string attached to you that was attached to all these other things. And now things are just falling over all over the place because this is affecting that and that's affecting this over here. And now this is out of your control. So there may be a lot that happens kind of all at once as you are making this move, and it feels kind of disorienting because I'm seeing like this may not have been anticipated with the Tower. So something happens that kind of like knocks you out for a little bit, or has you feeling very still. It's kind of like all of these pieces start like falling and moving around. It reminds me of the movies where somebody's like going into a cave or like an old building or a dwelling or something, and they're going to get like something that is hidden within there, and they're trying not to like trip off anything. And this is actually reminding me so much of, what is it, Tomb Raider, where she goes inside and she's trying not to trip anything off. And so you like grab the treasure or whatever else is inside, and it's like as soon as you do, all of the traps start being activated, and it's like this is crumbling here and that's crumbling over there. So it seems like something that may have, like, maybe you didn't think something was going to activate another thing, and now all of these things are falling down. So I'm seeing you just get like very, very still, very, very still, and kind of like seeing where everything is falling down just to get your orientation here. I think this can be fun and exciting if we allow it to be. And also at the same time, you could be like, oh, the drama of it all, because like something is happening, and I'm seeing it be a very big change or like a very big catalytic moment, even it feels, or like a climax or something where things are kind of just like blowing up and going all over the place. So yeah, you can kind of see it as like, how do we escape this like burning building and get out of here, and let me orient myself and like turn this into like a challenge or a game. Or you can sit down and be like, no, everything is falling all over the place. It just depends on what your attitude is like and what your perspective is of what's going on. Like, are we handling this gracefully? Are we in a space where it's like, well, it's out of my hands, the thing is going down, so I must figure out a way to get out of it? Or are you going to let the whole thing topple on top of you and then land where you will? Like, what's your attitude going to be like going through this? You get to decide. 10 of Pentacles. Something turns out much better than you thought it would. How about that? Yeah. I'm seeing something be very, very lucky for you. You're like, I really took a chance leaving. And then, okay, so let's go back to the Tomb Raider analogy. So you go in and you like grab the treasure, okay, and everything gets tripped off, and so like the whole thing is coming down, and you're like, am I going to be able to escape from this? And then you end up getting out and you're fine. Better than you thought. It's like not a scratch on your treasure. You got out and everything's cool. And like to have this, it's like, yes, we did it. This is the end of the scene, maybe the end of this movie here. In looking back at this, I think that you would look and be like, wow, I spent a really long time being inactive and not doing anything, and just being like, I wish that I had this, or I wish that this would be different, or I spent a real long time feeling dissatisfied and just sitting with that and not doing anything, or not really asking myself this deeper question. And so I'm seeing you, it's a really big thing for you to get to this place where you were like, no, I want to check in with myself and ask myself, what do I really want? And I'm seeing that really inform these decisions that you've been making, and I'm seeing brave choices that you've been making that you feel really good about, and something definitely ends like much better. It's almost like, I can't believe I waited so long to have this adventure. And now again, I'm seeing this adventure that happens. We can call it, I'm a Sagittarius rising, we're calling this an adventure. So you have this adventure and it goes much better than you thought that it would. And here you are with the 10 of Pentacles. It's like everything is even better than you thought. And that thing that before you were like, I can't leave because of that, it's like you're finding a new version of this thing for yourself. And it feels much more relevant now. For some of you, I'm seeing that whatever this commitment is that you have, this looks like something old. Okay, hold on. For some of you, there's a worry about like security and resources and stuff like that. And that's why you may have been like worried about leaving a situation. But I'm seeing like everything actually ends up and it's like much better than you thought that it would. Let's just use an example, okay? You are in a marriage that you don't want to be in anymore. You've like tried everything that you could try and you just feel like, you know what, this thing really isn't for me anymore. My heart is not in it. And like, I'm really ready to move on from this situation. Just an example, okay? And so I'm seeing you spent a very, like, ages, okay, reflecting on this with the Hermit. It's like, you may not have told anybody that you were really thinking about leaving. And I'm seeing that there were many, many times where maybe you almost did or you really seriously thought about it. But I'm seeing like you were held back by fear, by the Five of Pentacles. So this is like, if I leave, where am I going to stay? What am I going to do? Like, what's going to be happening with my resources? I feel like I can't leave because of this and because of that. So you're at this, there's this dichotomy here, this conflict that you're feeling of, I know that my heart is not truly connected to this thing anymore. I know that I'm not fulfilled. I know that I'm not satisfied. And then you have the fear of, is this the most pragmatic choice that I could be making? Should I just be sticking it out? Like, am I not trying hard enough? I made a commitment. I'm going to stay in this. Again, I was definitely getting some sort of moral implication with this that you may be impressing upon yourself, or some sort of tradition. Like, my father didn't believe in divorce, or like something like that, or like my religion or whatever, my community doesn't believe in that, something like this, or like, how will I be looked at, whatever. It's fear. So many different faces fear can wear, and then these two things are clashing. Like, I want to leave, and then this fear is stopping me. And so it's like every time you try to move, there's this standoff that's happening and we're not getting anywhere. But then I'm seeing you get to a point where you're like, my heart and my desires and just like this thing that is pulling me and drawing me and calling me and magnetizing me, I'm opening up, and this is becoming like a stronger beacon than my fear. And so I'm seeing you be in a space where this is the decision that you're making. I want to empower myself, and like, I deserve to have what I want. Like, I'm allowed to, like, giving yourself permission to do something that makes you happy, that you feel happy about, and going after this thing that, or leaving a situation that you don't feel is authentic to you anymore. Even to the point of feeling like something is a lie for you to continue staying with it anymore. And then I'm seeing a tower happen, and I'm seeing like a lot of things happen after this that feel like very, very exciting for you. It was just about overcoming fear, which I talk about this a lot. Overcoming fear, it does not mean pretending I'm not scared. It doesn't mean sweeping it under the rug. It means I can be experiencing fear or anxiety or anything connected with that, and I can still go after this thing that I want. I can still tell myself that I'm good enough, or that I deserve to have the things that I want, or that I'm allowed to be happy, and go in that direction. Embracing change. Scorpio, Pluto, definitely pushing things off for us, and I'm seeing you making some heavy, heavy progress, definitely to feel excited about. So we are looking at Virgo, Mars. I am hearing Jupiter and also Pluto. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.